on Anderson's in big trouble. Tully going to the
Tully!
Tully
We gotta run!
Okay, that's it. There's been a disqualification because of Blanchard running in, David.
Tully's putting the boost to him.
World Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tony Schiavone, and welcome to World Championship Wrestling. You're ringside with the NWA, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. All eyes are on New Orleans right now because we are approaching the date for the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tag Team Tournament in the Superdome. And David Crockett is on special assignment down in New Orleans right now, getting things ready for that big event. A very special announcement for you today. The NWA, as you know, has a rule that a champion must defend its title within a 30-day period. Now we find out the NWA has ordered the Russians, we're talking about Ivan and Nikita Koloff, to defend the NWA World Six-Man Tag Team Trophy. And they have also allowed Baron Von Raschke to fill in the void created by the injury to Crusher Khrushchev. Well, the Russians have decided that here today, they will defend that NWA World Six-Man Tag Team Cup against the team of the Italian Stallion, Denny Brown and Nelson Royal. That'll be right here today on this program for the Six-Man Tag Team title. All the top stars of wrestling are here with us today, including this man right here, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes with Baby Doll.
So it's a great night, baby. You see Baby Doll looking so clean and so fine and so beautiful right here. Clean as can be, Baby Doll. Look at this brand new dress straight from Paris. Ain't Paris, Texas either, brother. Paris, France, paid for out of the pocket of the generous American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Because she take care of the dream. Tully Blanchard, Ian Anderson, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, your days are numbered. New Orleans, Louisiana is the sight, the sounds of the big city, Dusty Rhodes and American Dream. Ric Flair, Ian Anderson, Tully Blanchard with James J. Dillon. Baby Doll told me personally she has challenged James J. Dillon to meet her in any place, anywhere, anytime. She will slap his noggin, his dirty face, slap his nose on the side of his head. And let me tell you something else. There's a lot of things going on, and there's another, I might say, woman running around. Nobody's any prettier, any better looking than Baby Doll herself and Dusty Rhodes and American Dream, the greatest revenue producing sports attractions in this country. We're ready for fire. My main man, the Raging Bull, is here. This show is on the air live and in person on the Superstation because Dusty Rhodes is the Tower of Power.
That's right. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Baby Doll. I'd like to bring up one other point. As you know, that World Six-Man Tag Team title on the line today. That means Nikita Koloff will have to wrestle on TV for the first time in months. And as you know, he refused to wrestle on TV until he got a TV title shot for the U.S. heavyweight title from Magnum TA. However, he has that Russian chain match signed. Therefore, it's obvious that Nikita Koloff has been able to dictate what he wants from the NWA. But he has to wrestle on TV today. A very exciting program. Let's go to the ring. Our first event here today on World Championship Wrestling. There's a combination of Hector Guerrero on your left and the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez on the right. Going up against George South in the ring, and Tony Zane. Boy, Dusty Rhodes is right when he says it is here today. We take a look at the Bull dipping down there, and then over to, once again, 4 in a row, great move into a hip toss. And what a drop kick. The Raging Bull. Very briefly on the program today, the World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, U.S. Champion Magnum TA, the National Champion Tully Blanchard, as Guerrero's on the middle turnbuckle now. Off down to the shoulder of George South. Down on the mat again. The World TV Champion Arn Anderson. World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. The Rock and Roll Express, they're here. And as we said, Baron Von Raschke will be a member of the team defending the World Six-Man Tag Team title here today. High up in the air now as Guerrero. Big suplex on sound. Now the Bull, middle turnbuckle. Once again, right to the arm. Tony Zane slowly gets it. Tony Zane, he's a big boy. Bull knocks him right down to size, though. The Raging Bull, he'll be in that tournament, which will be coming up, as you know, this weekend. That time, Zane missed, went right to an arm drag. The Raging Bull will be teaming up with Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Wyatt and Hector and Chavo Guerrero, the brother combination, will also be in that tournament. Right over he goes. Zane trying to get up. Good move by Guerrero to take him down. Back to the mat. Paul Jones was Shaska Watley, I guess is what we need to call him now, with the Barbarian. They're here. This Raging Bull, and I've been watching him wrestle for way over a year now, and he certainly is one of the real fine athletes in the world of wrestling. His endurance, one of his strong points. I've seen him into matches where there's been 45-minute time limit or a 1-hour time limit, and it's right down near the end of the match, and he's had a real hard match and real tough opponent, and he looks just as fresh at the end of the match as he does in the first of it. A couple of blows there by Zane to the head of the Bull, and quickly retreats for the tag. Now there's a difference right there between an offensive team and a defensive team. An offensive team would have taken the fight right to the Bull when they had him reeling instead of making the tag. But that time, Zane elected to go for the tag, and George Sapp goes to work on the Bull. In the ropes, he missed, but the Bull did not. Right down goes Sapp, and he takes a big boot to the chin. The Bull with that arm pulls him right over to Guerrero. And Hector takes up where the Bull left off. Hard suplex back on the back of the head. An offensive tag team is what all these great tag teams are thinking about right now. Offensive power, because if you stay on the offensive, there's a chance next weekend at the Superdome you're going to come away with $1 million in the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. Zane missed for the elbow. Guerrero just too fast for him right there. They're going to pick the big man up. Hard suplex, and now the Bull. Both men in. Double backhand. Zane hits hard on the mat. And retreats to George South, who will come in. The Bull ducks down again. There it is, the backhand, a flying backhand that time. Guerrero up on the ropes, on the shoulders of the Raging Bull. What a move. That's the pin. Excellent teamwork and a great combination. Hector Guerrero and the Raging Bull, and the fans here really appreciate that move. Off the shoulders of the Bull, Hector Guerrero lifted high on to George South with the pin, and the winners of the match, Hector Guerrero and the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. And ringside with Hector Guerrero and the Raging Bull.
First of all, I want to give all the people this beautiful land my sincere hope, and not only that, my thank you for your gratitude for accepting me. I want to thank you for that. I'm going to be ready anytime at any place. You call the shots, I'll be there. 100%. Me gustaría decir en español a toda la gente latina y mexicana, que yo soy un mexicano, Manuel es un mexicano, y los dos somos la conexión latina para ustedes y para siempre.
Basically, what he's trying to say, you know, all these people running around, a lot of good tag teams in the country. You're right. He's just known as one of the best. Because I guarantee you, when two Latins come together, baby, it's dynamite. I promise you one thing. Anybody standing out there, you heed the word, baby. Especially in San Antonio. Cuando los latinos vienen juntos, van a ver el corazón de San Antonio y loquito chiquito. Van a ver que el Toro y Hector Guerrero le van a ganar a todos. Vamos a ser el campeón de este mundo. So this, baby, if y'all want to rock, come and deal with it, because the Latin connection ain't playing. We're coming to be known, and he's right. He thanks all the people, and I thank the people being a veteran that I am, and very damn proud of it. I'll guarantee you one thing. We're coming here to take care of business, and that's what it's all about, taking care of business. El corazón de los latinos, lo van a ver.
Y una cosa más, me gustaría dedicar esta lucha el 22 de mayo para todas las madrecitas en San Antonio.
We'll be back right after this timeout. Back on World Championship Wrestling. Black Bart, Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion on the right against Gene Ligon. Pee Wee Anderson, the referee for this event. Black Bart, it's certainly a familiar sight to see Bart with a title belt. And it's certainly a familiar sight to see Bart have someone on the ropes and beat their chest in. He missed that time, though. Ligon jumps over. Tries to press it, and does. He got him off his feet. Only for a 2 count. Not many men can take down Bart. And that just seemed to get him even madder than before. Bart, well, we couldn't see it. Neither could Pee Wee Anderson. But it looked like maybe that was a drive or a shot right to the throat as Bart picks him up high and across the ropes. Got a warning that time, as you can see. Bart, former national heavyweight champion. He's been a tag team champion on many separate occasions. Slams that hand right at the top turnbuckle. There's the headbutts. Right to the shoulder. That last one right on target, and it really had Ligon reeling. Bart, as you probably know, got that Mid-Atlantic title as he takes Ligon down from Sam Houston in what was a tremendous match. Houston, though, still chasing Bart for that title, and today Sam Houston has a chance at another title. The NWA World TV title, as Arn Anderson will defend that here today against former Mid-Atlantic champion Sam Houston. Boy, that's an event. 2 title matches right here today. The Road Warriors are here. The World Tag Team Champions. The World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair. The Rock and Roll Express. And I mean, this is a lineup that only people who watch the NWA World Championship Wrestling can appreciate. This is the best right here. Slam right to the top turnbuckle. Bart has kept the pressure right on that arm. Ligon fighting with that right hand now. 3 blows by Ligon to not face a cowboy, and 1 from Bart put Ligon right down. Still with the pressure to that arm. And there's another form of pressure to the arm. Now he's on the ropes. Bart is so methodical, and he has conditioned himself to know the proper place to put pressure on a person and when to break it. He has a 5 count to break it. If not, he's disqualified, and he's breaking it on a 4 count every time. Ligon, though, still trying to fight back. Headbutts again. Bart still with that arm. Ligon still, though, trying to fight back, has him up against the ropes. The champion's into the ropes. Oh, the champion held on. Obviously, a man of great ability, but of great ring savvy also. Down hard goes Ligon. And now Bart up to the middle turnbuckle, sitting on the top for that trash compactor. And that man's a long way out there. Oh, there he goes. Gene Liggett is history. Another win for the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. Here is the National Heavyweight Champion, Tully Blanchard. We saw at the very top of the program what you did to Ron Garvin. Ron Garvin now obviously has that hand taped up and obviously a lot of pain in that right hand of his.
Well, I tell you what, you got to take your hat off to the guts and the intestinal fortitude that Ronnie, the Hands of Stone Garvin, has got to keep crawling in the ring when he doesn't know if his hand's broken or what. But anybody that knows anything about anything knows that when you tape that hand and you tape it up to your wrist and you tape it up real, real tight, you make that thing a lethal weapon. That's why it's not allowed in professional wrestling. Now, Garvin, if your hand is broken, put a cast on it, because then you can still wrestle, you can still feed your family or however many families you got, but you can't use it as a weapon. Or if it's not broken, take the tape off and be a true wrestler. Get in the ring. Because Tony Schiavone, if you read the rule book, it says punching with a closed fist is illegal in professional wrestling anyway. I don't know why they allow it in the first place. But things do get a little bit out of hand at times. But Garvin, be a man. Get in there and wrestle or put the cast on. Don't come out here sniveling, whining, and crying because, oh, my weapon is away from me. It hurts. My hand hurts. Because all that was a point. Ronnie Garvin, you're this much short of everybody that's anything in wrestling, and I mean Flair, Anderson, and myself, the three horsemen of professional wrestling. So, Ronnie Garvin, you want to go, maybe I got it, maybe you want to go get a glove and put it on your hand with reinforcement like Dusty Rhodes did with the boot. Is that what you want to do? That way you can really try to beat people up. Well, Garvin, you go get huddled with Dusty Rhodes and you do what you want. Because the bottom line of all of this stuff is the National Heavyweight Championship is around my waist, Flair's the World's Heavyweight Champion, and Arn is the World's Television Champion. And that's the bottom line, and that's all anybody needs to know about anything.
National Heavyweight Champion Tully Blanchard. Fans, when we return, World Six-Man Tag Team Title match. Don't you go away. It is quite an event for the World Six-Man Tag Team title as Ivan Koloff, Baron Von Raschke, and Nikita Koloff will be wrestling on TV for the first time in many weeks. As you see, Nikita obviously not pleased at all to be defending the trophy, as referee Pee Wee Anderson has it in his clutches right now, against the World Junior Heavyweight Champion Denny Brown, the Italian Stallion, and Nelson Royal across the way. The NWA ordered it. They agreed to let Baron Von Raschke fill the void because of the injury to Crusher Khrushchev. And it's right here today on World Championship Wrestling. I get to keep the trophy over here with me because the champion, or the winner, will receive this championship trophy. Denny Brown and Ivan Koloff start out. We still now have another title match to go here today on television. That's for the World TV title. Koloff cannot get away from Denny Brown, as you can see, right in the center of the ring. Koloff trying to get to the ropes, trying to get to his corner. Brown bracing himself, pushing away from that corner. Excellent move by Brown, and here is Nelson Royal. Tell you what, you're looking at two fine junior heavyweights. Nelson Royal, a former World Junior Heavyweight Champion, and Denny Brown, the current champion, along with the Stallion, the Italian Stallion. As Ivan Koloff gets the advantage on Royal, reversal. And Koloff came out, missed with the elbow. Here on the program here today, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and they have a lot on their mind. And what's on their mind is directed towards the Russian team. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on when they come out of here. Stallion whips Ivan Koloff in. Up on top of the rope. Pounding away at the head. High toss out to the center of the ring. Once again, we saw it with Bart's match, a case of the man with more experience coming in on top of that. And Stallion comes right back. Denny Brown right on top of that head. Ivan comes right back with a knee. What a veteran. What a ringmaster he is. And now Nikita Koloff with the boot and the East German comrade. Baron von Raschke. Right to the face. And a warning now for Pee Wee Anderson. Rakes him right down the back. Brown trying to come back. Really difficult to mount some sort of an offense against this team. And now, here he is, Nikita Koloff, wrestling on TV in the ring. One hand. Scooped him up and almost put him to the mat. All of his demands for a Russian chain match from Magnum TA have come through because Magnum has signed that Russian chain match. As Ivan comes back in. Trying a hip toss, Denny Brown just made a great reversal on it, but is not close enough to make a tag. This certainly has been a quick-paced match. Koloff only got a 2 count. Brown moved, and Koloff hit that steel post. He made a tag, so did Brown, and now Nikita and the Stallion are in. Two very strong, young wrestlers. Nikita muscles him back for the Baron. Baron von Raschke, great takedown. Great amateur wrestler at his day, and that was a great takedown to prove that out. And now the tag, Nelson Royal. And the Baron's in the wrong place. Royal goes down hard. Nelson, Royal with a double thrust to the throat. And Ivan runs right into that headlock. Nelson Royal will not give. Matching him punch for punch. Oh, great move. Koloff had him back with that suplex. Into Raschke. Ivan with an elbow. And right now, this match is going the way of the Russian team, along with Baron von Raschke. This is for the World's 6-man tag team title. Right in the chin that time. Here's Nikita. As Ivan holds. Can't get over the build, the strength, the ability of Nikita Koloff. Now remember, he is still a very young athlete. The way he wrestles in the ring, you think he has been a professional wrestler for years and years. That's not the case. Stallion going to work on the Baron. Good drop kick. And now the Stallion, maybe a little bit over anxious, trying to take on all three at one time. A drop kick to Nikita, but he didn't go down. Oh, right to the elbow. Standing, the Russian Sickle stood him up, chopped him down, and they are still World Six-Man Tag Team Champions. They'll get their trophy here in just a second. A successful title defense for Ivan, Nikita, and Baron Von Raschke. There's the trophy. As the chant of USA continues. And we're here with Ron Garvin. Ron, the hand obviously hurt. We know you're a competitor. We know that will not keep you out of the ring, and I'm sure you heard the words of Tully Blanchard a little bit earlier.
Well, you know, wrestling has been my life, and I've been in wrestling ever since I was a teenager. And pain I'm used to deal with, so I'm not going to make no big deal about it. I can live with it. It's not broke. I don't think. The only thing I know, it hurts. I got it taped up for protection. If anybody don't like it, well, they'll have to make me take it off, and I don't think anybody can do that. Maybe the officials. But Tully Blanchard, you can come out here and you can scream and complain. You're the one that tried to break my hand. So therefore, if the tape is there, you're the cause of it. As far as I'm concerned, they committed an act of terror when they come out here and try to cripple me, maim me, put me out of wrestling. Well, I can deal with that, you see. I can deal. When I'm driving my truck in the last few days, I was doing a lot of thinking how to deal with the situation. Well, I've seen a lot of different guys deal with different situations, like Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA. They can deal. I can also deal with the situation, you see, because you got to stay cool. I come out here and scream, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take care of business my way. You see, you prove something to me. When you attack me, that there's no rules as far as you're concerned. So in other words, we're throwing the rule book away. We can do as we please. So I suggest that every time you come out of your door or come out of your car or step out of the shower, you look out. You're fair game anywhere. Don't have to be in the ring. It can be anywhere.
Let's take a look at what Ron is talking about. It happened just last week right here on the Superstations. The hands of Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson defending his World TV title against Ron Garvin. Let's take a look at that tape. Arn Anderson's in big trouble. Tully going to the... Tully Blanchard! Okay, that's it. There's been a disqualification because of Blanchard running in, David.
Tully's putting the boost to him. What are they going to do to? What are they going to do to him?
It's that double gourd buster. Oh no!
What are they going to do? They're trying to position him for something.
Ron Garvin's out. Look at him.
They're trying to position him. They got. Look, what are they going to? Oh! He using his boot
On that
on
right
the hand.
Well, I know the effects of the double gourd buster. You were not able to really see what was going on or feel what was going on, but obviously you felt it when you came to.
Well, Tony Schiavone, it proves one thing. And it proves it to everybody, including myself. And I'm a firm believer that I've got all the three horsemen's number. And I got it real good, you see, because they're going out there trying to cripple me because they know that I can get the job done. You see, I don't need the help from anybody. Now, when it takes three guys to beat up on one, well, I've got little tricks up my sleeves, and I've got a lot of friends. And I got some very good friends, and I know that people know who they are. So, guys, I'm talking about Tully Blanchard, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson. But Tully Blanchard, I'm going to show you how to use a boot, and I'm going to show you how to use it the right way. You see, you didn't get the job done because I'm still here, and it's still working.
Yeah. Ron Garvin, more after this timeout. The Road Warriors, along with Precious Paul Ellering. I know you're upset as to what happened at the hands of the Russians in Baltimore.
Hey, Tony Schiavone, what do you think I feel like not being able to fight along my brother Animal and Precious Paul Ellering? Baltimore, there's gonna be a war, and it's gonna be in your town, because it's only right. That's where it's gotta end. Them stinking Russians. We've had enough to hear with you. I feel like I'm gonna blow up. And I am gonna blow up. Right along with my partner. Right in the faces of them stinking Russians. This is the last stinking straw. The Russians have done enough. The Road Warriors are hot. But next time in Baltimore, you're not just gonna have Animal And Precious Paul, you're gonna have Hawk 2 to deal with. And I'm healthy. Good for me. Bad for you. Tell him, Animal.
You know, Tony Schiavone, just when we thought it was all over, just when we thought we had the Russians beat and the Legion of Doom was #1, all this had to happen again. Now, I know you have the film. We'd like to see it, and if you would you narrate it for us?
I certainly will. Let's go to that tape that they're talking about. This is in Baltimore, and this is supposedly was a six-man tag team match, but Hawk suffered an injury the night before, could not make it, so it's Precious Paul and Animal against Ivan and Nikita. And what we're going to see, I know, gentlemen, as you watch this, you don't like to see it, but there was a chain, first of all, to the back of the head. Obviously down for the effects of the chain. And now Ivan will crawl over, and the match will end. Already down, already dazed is Precious Paul Ellering. And Hawk, you were not able to make it, but I know you're taking a look at this and really upset you.
Ivan Koloff, you had it right. He crawled over. He's a beaten man. He had a tough time even getting this done against my manager in the ring.
The chain over the turnbuckle right on the back of Paul Ellering. And Paul, it's good to see you standing here because that was quite a blow on the back. And if that wasn't enough, once again, Nikita Koloff twice on your back. Animal clears the ring. But obviously the damage had been done.
Well, you know, Tony, it hurts just as much watching it as it did at the time. And at the time, it was very, very serious. I could not feel my legs. I was carried out on a stretcher. They took me to the hospital. They stuck pins in my feet. They checked every part of my body. Thank God that I was not injured and permanently hurt. Now, these Russians, Tony, have set this up. They set this up from the beginning. They planned this. This is not wrestling. This is more than wrestling. And Russians, you're going to pay a heavy, heavy, heavy price. Tell them, Animal. I know you got something on your mind.
You know something, Tony Schiavone? It was a good thing for the Koloffs that my brother Hawk wasn't there. My brother Hawk, as you know, got injured the night before. I was there. I felt the pain. I felt the pain of my brother Hawk getting hurt and of my manager, Paul Ellering, getting hurt. These guys are like my blood. I've grown up with them guys. I've got my butt kicked with them guys, and I've also kicked a lot of butt with those guys. Now, Baltimore, it's only fair and it's only right that this match be brought to your city. At Baltimore, you're going to see us kick those Russians' tail all over that stinking ring. And Tony Schiavone, Midnight Express, tomorrow night in the Army, you're gonna find out what we're all about. That's right. We want the belts, amongst other things.
It's ironic how justice plays itself out. But if it has to happen anywhere, this final chapter with the Russians, let it happen in Baltimore.
And the Road Warriors are back 100%. We're coming right back also. Back with you on World Championship Wrestling, fans. Wahoo McDaniel, the man with the awesome chop on the left. Ron Rossi, his opponent, on the right, our next event. And very briefly to touch on the Road Warriors, 100% back and 100% going after the Russians, as well as going after that Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. They are the #1 seed, as you well know. And that is coming up. It is 1 week away. The countdown is on. The city of New Orleans will be on fire on April 19th. Good takedown. Wahoo McDaniel will team up with Mark Youngblood, two men who held the NWA World Tag Team title. It's about 2 years ago when they held that title. Maybe a little bit longer than 2 years ago. Rossi in the clutches of Wahoo McDaniel. But even though I'm sure Wahoo and Mark have been working out and have tried to map out their strategy as the fans watch on, Wahoo with that headlock. I'm sure Wahoo, a lot of his concentration, a lot of his thoughts are directed at gorgeous Jimmy Garvin along with Precious. A lot of talk has come out of the camp of Garvin and Precious. Much of it, as we have seen right here on the Superstation, much from Precious herself, who has come out here and confronted Wahoo. McDaniel now with Rossi back. Big old slap and a chop to the chest. But I can recall, and I'm sure you can also, when Precious came out here touching his war bonnet and calling them bogus feathers. How Wahoo held himself back from that one, I'll never know. He has not, that was right across the bridge of the nose. He has not been known to be the most even-tempered man in wrestling, but he certainly did control himself on that occasion. Now Rossi. Now there's what we talk about, the temper of Wahoo McDaniel. Ron Rossi certainly getting up very slowly. And now Rossi whipped to the rope. The big chop. And the one on the top of the head. Good night, Ron Rossi. Just a matter of time for the big chief, Wahoo McDaniel. As we have said before, Nikita Koloff has made many demands, and it seems that many of his demands have come through.
Well, let me tell you something, Tony Schiavone, and all the people out there. You know, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, been talking about a lot of things for a long time. Been talking about all their demands, talking about what the Kremlin had to have. But if you go back in time and you remember from the word go, when they wanted a U.S. title match on television, I signed a contract. I signed a contract for the Russian chain match. I've done all those things, and still there's excuses. Well, there's going to be no more excuses, Nikita, because somewhere in this country, you're going to pick up that contract, and we're going to have that coveted Russian chain match of yours. But all those people out there know that as frightening as you can be, that I can handle a chain too, because it was real plain and simple. When you were dangling over that top rope, trying to get a breath of fresh air, watching your eyes bug out of your head, that chain works just as well around that big, thick neck of yours as it will mine. Now, you know, I represent not only the United States Heavyweight Championship, but all the people out there in the United States, because it's this freedom in this country that allows me to be what I am. That's why I enjoy going that ring and going out there against a man that constantly puts us down. Now, Nikita, it's going to happen. It's going to happen very, very soon. And then, and only then, will we settle the controversy. The U.S. heavyweight title match on television, something that I now want more than you ever thought about wanting, something that now you're having doubts in your mind about because you think maybe you're going to soften me up a little bit, maybe wear me down, maybe cause some injury that'll prevent me from being able to successfully defend this title against you. Well, a lot of people tried to do it in the past, and they didn't get the job done. Tully Blanchard won the most brutal match I've ever gone through in my life. You've never experienced anything like that. Never had anybody try to permanently maim your body. Well, I'm the man that can do that. It might be in that chain match. I don't really care. But the fact of the matter is, I'll do whatever I have to do to defend this title. It isn't going to fall in your hands if I have to be carried out on a stretcher. I've been carried out before, and I'll do it again if I have to. But you'll be on another stretcher going the same way.
United States Heavyweight Champion Magnum TA, don't you go away. The one, the only gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, along with Precious against Rocky Cornado, our next event on World Championship Wrestling. Gorgeous goes right to the midsection. And a reversal. Good sunset flip. Had only a 2 count. And notice how quick Gorgeous is up and how quick Cornado puts him down. Good move, and Cornado hangs on. Precious, always at ringside. Intently watching her match. Still now, Cornado hangs on. And obviously a lady who will do anything at all for her man, including come out on Nationwide TV and confront Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Garvin. Oh, good move. Good fireman's carry. He has a counter move for every move from Rocky Cornado. He comes up smiling every time.
He ain't going nowhere.
Some of the fans are ringside asking for Wahoo.
I ain't afraid of no Indians.
Okay, you heard it. I'm not afraid of, well, he said no Indians. So to be accurate with that quote. And the fans respond. Cornado comes up with an arm. And Gorgeous goes right back to the left arm of Rocky Cornado. You can see now Cornado feeling the effects of that one. Obviously, Gorgeous, a man very confident in not only his appearance in the ring, but his ability. That was by the hair. Pee Wee Anderson did not see it, but that was. Obviously, Garvin's going to deny it. The warnings come now from the referee. Okay, Cornado gets up. Missed that time. Cornado, side body block. Got only a 1 count. Garvin quickly up. And with the arm drag. Rocky Cornado on top of things.
I'm okay, baby. I'm okay. I'm okay, baby.
Okay, Pee Wee Anderson asking, and Gorgeous Jimmy not giving an inch here. Up on one knee. Oh, excellent takedown. Right to the left leg now. On to Rocky Cornado. Fans, this is World Championship Wrestling. The best of the NWA. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin against Rocky Cornado. In this match, we still have another hour to go. We have to take this short time out, and we'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to World Championship Wrestling, fans. Tony Schiavone, David Crockett not with us here today. He's down in New Orleans getting things prepared for the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tag Team Tournament coming up next weekend in the Superdome. And the match continues between Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Rocky Cornado as Garvin continues to apply the pressure to the left leg. Now remember, the favorite move by Gorgeous Jimmy is the Brainbuster Suplex. With the leg now. Oh, right back on that leg. Cornado trying to get away. And Gorgeous knows right here, if he hurts the leg of Cornado, restricts his ability to move away from him, well, timeout for a little crimping right now. If he restricts his movement, he is able to grab him and put him in that suplex at will. And Precious knows that also. As you can tell, Precious serves not only as valet, but also his own personal cheering section. She is impressed by each and every move of his in the ring, and I'll tell you what, so am I. Garvin comes right out of it. Great move to go right up with a hammerlock. Both men now hook job center of the ring. Coronado goes down. Some of the fans are claiming it was by the hair. I could not see it from that angle, and neither could Pee Wee Anderson. Fans are claiming he was taken down by the hair, and Coronado's really upset. Oh, there it was. We saw that clearly on the screen. And for a third time now, Garvin takes him down by the hair. Rocky Coronado comes right back with a head scissors. Gorgeous Jimmy. Now taking a few blows to the side of the head. Coronado whips him in. Elbow. Coronado runs right to the knee. Right into the knee. There's a brainbuster. Oh, right down on the back of the neck. Coronado cannot kick out from that. The winner, the one, the only gorgeous Jimmy Garvin with Precious. And we're at ringside, the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair. It was right on this program. Situation developed between you and Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express.
Tony Schiavone, if I were to ask you, what do you know firsthand or personally that's worth $1 million and looks like $1 million, what would your first answer be?
It would have to be the world champion.
That's right, Ric Flair. Woo! Custom made from head to toe. And Rick Michaels, my good friend in Kansas City, thank you for putting the Nature Boy out front way ahead of Johnny Carson, because today, as you can see, I'm styling and profiling like never before. Now, Tony Schiavone, let me be the first to pass out all the victory invitations to the Hyatt Regency in New Orleans. Because when I get through with Dusty Rhodes in front of 70,000 people, you can bet, the Nature Boy is going to be tearing the Hyatt Regency down. Get in line, girls, because somehow, some way, with Double A and Tully Blanchard having 500 grand apiece, and the Nature Boy carrying the World Heavyweight Championship, you know that we're going to turn New Orleans upside down. That's right. Now, second on the agenda, little itty bitty Ricky Morton. The man whose only claim to fame is little tiny teeny boppers in their training undergarments. Now, Morton, as you know, I like them women with a full sweater and an empty head. I like those double D's, brother, you know what I'm telling you? I got no time for little girls hollering, rock and roll, rock and roll. So Ricky Morton, firsthand, and pay close attention to this, firsthand. When you crossed the line into no man's land and took one of my 150 pairs of Porsche Carrera sunglasses, put them on the floor, stepped on them, then you made me tear an $800 custom-made cashmere ultra suede blazer, you got yourself in a whole mess of trouble. That's right. That only the world champion is going to help you out of, right into a stretcher on the way to a hospital. You understand? The first time I see you, Morton, as a matter of fact, I might have a surprise for you, Ricky Morton. So don't turn your back on the great one, because it's not nice to fool around with Mother Nature. Woo! Ooh, looking so good. Looking good, Tony. Go for it, girls. Go for it, New Orleans. I'm going to have an open calendar all night long. Woo!
The heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair, don't you go away. World TV title match. Arn Anderson, the World TV champion, to defend his title right here on TV. 1 fall, 2 minutes against AA Arn Anderson.
Woo, and what a day it's going to be.
And the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair, has joined me here at ringside. Champ.
Tony, anytime I have an opportunity to watch one of the truly great professional athletes in all of sports show me his style, especially when it's the legendary AA, the world, and I say that loud and clear, the world television champion, I take a great deal of pride in being here and lending you a little of my expertise.
Well, I would agree that he is one of the world's greatest athletes. There's no doubt about it.
He wouldn't be the world champion if he wasn't. Woo!
Okay, the World TV title here with us at ringside.
AA!
Okay.
You know, Tony, AA told me that I forgot to mention that all the happenings in New Orleans revolve around the women after the ball is over. And AA said it's going to be a la carte all night long. Tony Schiavone, you're invited to the party too, brother.
All right. You see Sam Houston, who's a fine athlete himself.
Have you ever seen a physical specimen like Arn Anderson in your life? I mean, you're looking at an athlete, brother. You're looking at a man that could have been an all-pro football player, could have been an Olympic champion in wrestling. He's just awesome.
Okay, Sam Houston and Rick. You know, we would talk about Arn Anderson, fine athlete, but Sam Houston, one of the fastest rising stars in this sport.
Well, Tony, as I've said so many times in the past, he's got the crowd fired up right now. He wouldn't be part of Jim Crockett Promotions. He wouldn't be wrestling in the National Wrestling Alliance, and he wouldn't be competing against Arn Anderson if he wasn't a top-notch wrestler. He's got a ways to go, but Sam Houston, mark it, brother, put it in the bank, is going to be a big man in this sport someday.
Right up with the headlock as you take a look at the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair, bottom left of your screen. Watching on as his cousin Arn Anderson defends the world. Oh, what a move off of the rope.
That was 260 pounds of dynamite.
Once again, Houston. Right to a hip toss, and Houston comes back with a big drop kick and a second one. Anderson down at the side of the ring.
Get hold of yourself, big boy. Come on, AA, a little composure now. You see, when you got a guy the caliber of Sam Houston every once in a while, he'll catch you off guard. And he's quick. He's a very knowledgeable wrestler, and he's made a couple of real keen-looking offensive moves. But Tony Schiavone, don't take your eyes off AA. He's not the world champion because he doesn't know his way around his own backyard, brother.
The Bulldog. Oh, Anderson, great move. And Houston counters it. Only got a 1 count, though. Only got a 1 count. Houston, all right to the ropes, and there's a mark of a champion right there, taking the man's momentum and using it against him.
That's what you call knowing your way around the ballpark, Tony. That's knowing your way around the ballpark. You see, when it looked real glim, when it looked real gloomy for AA, he pulled it out of his back pocket, brother. And now Sam Houston is wishing his name wasn't on the contract, believe me.
Hey, you got to give Arn Anderson some credit here.
Look at those sweeping thighs on AA. He's got about a 31-inch thigh on him, 19.5-inch arms, a 20-inch neck. What more could you ask for out of a professional athlete? Not to mention the fact he's capable of doing 1,000 free squats, 2,000 step-ups at any workout.
Now, look, And he also knows how to inflict punishment on a man. Right there, indicative of that, rubbing the man's face across the ropes.
Tony, you know what I like about you? You've really gotten the grasp of our sport. You understand what it's all about now. And I like the way you put it to the people. He knows how to take advantage of a situation. And right now, Double A is going to show all these people that it takes a real mean hombre to be on top in this sport.
Oh, my goodness!
Brother, that was a double inverted power slam, specially put together by Double A. Double A! Woo! Don't ease up on that kid now.
And Sam Houston kicks out of it. I can't see how any man could kick out of that move. That certainly was a devastating move.
Now Sam Houston's wishing he was back home in his mama's lap, baby.
Sam Houston certainly has taken a lot of punishment.
Paying your dues in the greatest sport of all, professional wrestling. Right now, Sam Houston is paying his dues.
I would agree with that. He certainly is paying some dues. Arn Anderson asked Ric Flair if he's ready. Oh, he should have done that. Houston rolls him up. One. Only got.
All right, come on, Double A out.
And now Arn Anderson, Sam Houston, toe-to-toe right here.
Come on, Double A.
Ric Flair ringside with us. Oh.
That's what I said about the guy. He's a thinking man's champion, Tony. Always on the ball. Come on, Double A. Stick him in that mat, Double A. Woo!
Ric Flair said it right.
It's all over, but the crying now.
There's the gourd buster. Ric Flair said it right. He's a thinking man's champion, and he certainly used the whole brain to secure the win with that gourd buster. He'll get his belt, and he is still the NWA World TV Champion. Okay, Arn Anderson, the World TV Champion, still the World TV Champion, and Ric Flair said it right. Veteran, used your ring savvy to get that win over Sam Houston.
Houston, you had one shot at greatness. One shot at getting in the mainstream. My friend, I've sweat, I've bled, I've hurt, and you look into my eyes, and I tell you, I've earned the world television title. That means I beat guys like Rhodes, guys like Magnum, guys like Wahoo, Manny Fernandez, the list goes on. I get on national television, put my reputation on the line, all for this. Every week, the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup, Tony Schiavone, most prestigious title ever for a tag team, right? Well, Tully Blanchard and myself are going to New Orleans. Get off that jet, jump in that limousine. My friend, we're gonna have a few cocktails, but when it gets time for business, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, whatever it takes, you rest assured, Tully Blanchard and myself, two of the four horsemen, will be reigning at the end of the night, $1 million richer. And in case you want to know where Ole is, my credibility is based on one thing. When I tell you something, it's going to happen. Ole Anderson will be back, period.
All right, you heard it from Arn Anderson, the World TV Champion. We're coming right back. Boy, what a day this has been so far on World Championship Wrestling. Excitement plus, and you hear the pandemonium. It's for the Rock and Roll Express. I know a lot of things are on your mind. Getting the World Tag Team title back, winning the Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup, and Ric Flair, especially on your mind, Rick.
That's right, Tony. You talk about the World Tag Team titles at Midnight Express. They never did beat the Rock and Roll Express for them titles. So Midnight, don't turn your back, because Rock and Roll sooner or later will become the new NWA World Tag Team Champions. In New Orleans, Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup, the big trophy plus $1 million. We're looking forward to it, New Orleans.
That's right, Tony. Every gold in professional wrestlers' life is either being the World Tag Team Champions or the World's Heavyweight Champions. Now we are, and I'll say this right now, gonna be the World's Tag Team Champions again, and very soon. But as for you, Ric Flair, you have come out here and you put down all our people. You have put down Rock and Roll, and you say what you're gonna do to Ricky Morton. But let me tell you something, Ric Flair. You have run off the mouth. Now you come out here and you show me what you got, Flair, because I don't believe, and I know it, Tony. I don't think he can beat Rick Morton or Robert Gibson. Any situation, it could be Robert or myself. But Ric Flair, you come on, brother. Take your best shot, and don't you blow it.
Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, they'll have a match a little bit later on this program. Right now, let's go back to the ring. Shaska Watley, the Barbarian, with their general, Paul Jones, their commander. As you see, Shaska Watley. And many fans have written in right here to World Championship Wrestling, wondering what in the world happened to the man we all called Pistol, Pez Watley. And what happened to him was Paul Jones and his checkbook. As the Barbarian and Shaska, as he likes to call himself, now showing the hair that he got from the head of Jimmy Valiant. Shaska and the Barbarian going up in this match against Vernon Eaton and his partner, Randy Mulkey. Now the Barbarian. Randy Mulkey as the Barbarian puts him up high. Randy Mulkey's giving up enough weight to make another person in this match. I mean, the Barbarian has just overshadowed the man. The Barbarian, you know, it's hard to conceive that he is getting stronger. Oh my, big right boot, and more awesome with each and every passing week, but he really is. We're talking about not only a man who is one of the strongest, if not the strongest man in wrestling, but gets better and better and is improving each week. And Shaska certainly is a veteran. Now grabs Mulkey up by the back of the head, right to the turnbuckle. You better believe. Oh, Mulkey hit extremely hard on the floor. And Jones with that boot right to the rib cage. Look at what I was saying. Jimmy Valiant, he is still reeling, and what I mean by that, he is as much stunned and shocked from the actions of Watley as anything else. Calling for Valiant. I'm sure Valiant has had plenty of opportunities to give this long thought. Right now to the head of the Barbarian. And I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk to Jimmy Valiant. Hopefully in the near future, he will say if that's the way he wants to be, then it'll be fine with him. All right, the Barbarian. Big forearm shiver. All the way down on Mulkey, and now the headbutt. Right onto the mat. Mulkey is down, face down on the mat. A drop kick. That man way up in the air. All 300 pounds of him. What a drop kick. Mulkey is just about at the end of his rope. Watch Jones in the right-hand corner of your screen now. The Barbarian now biting him on the face. You can better believe that the team of the Barbarian and Baron Von Raschke are going to be heard from in the tag team tournament at the Superdome next weekend. Vernon Eaton, he's been trying to get into this match, but they have just destroyed Randy Mulkey, and now Deaton gets his chance. And if I was him, I'd be a little bit reluctant, as Paul Jones doesn't even have to concentrate on this match. All his concentration and sights are set on Jimmy Valiant. As as the Barbarian comes in. You know, Jones declared right here on TV that his army would grow and get stronger and do in Valiant in 1986. But little did anybody know he would actually have a man infiltrate, as according to Paul Jones, infiltrate the camp of Jimmy Valiant. Hard to the mat. Barbarian tags Shaska. Shaska, the flying headbutt. Deaton is down. Hooks the leg, and that's it. Earlier in the program, a successful title defense for the World Six-Man Tag Team title. Nikita Koloff had to wrestle to defend the title.
We've got these Road Warriors in Magnum TA just where we want them. They're upset. They're angry. And when you're angry, that's when you get hurt. You don't think straight. You get injured. You make mistakes. Yes, and we're going to put you down for good. Yes, Road Warriors. Yes, you come out here and you complain about how we hurt Paul Ellering. You say that you're invincible. Nobody's ever put you down. Nobody's ever hurt you. And now you sworn vengeance against us for hurting Paul Ellering, his back, his neck. Well, whether it's in chain match, cage matches, six-man tag team competition, Baltimore, or any other place around the world, we're going to win this war against you. We'll never quit. We'll never stop. You're going to get injured bad. Yes, and the NWA tried to tell us that we had to defend our World Six-Man Tag Team Cup. Well, we could have done that any place in the world, but instead we chose to do it right on television to show, like we've been saying all along, that we are superior. And you have seen today the return of Nephew Nikita to the ring. I'll let him explain why.
Today Nikita wrestled TV because Nikita decided to wrestle. No American, no McATA, no NWA telling Nikita. That's right. Nikita decided. You see, how you say, only Nikita dictate what Nikita do. Take a look at Russia and the Bear, Uncle Ivan. Master Russian chain man. Well, now he teaches Nikita all about the chain and the Russian nightmare. Now, Master Russian chain match. McATA, good luck to you. You
see, Magnum TA, you have fallen into our trap. You have signed the Russian chain match. And when you're locked to the chain at one end and Nephew Nikita at the other end, and he beats on you, he wears you down, he injures you. And then, and only then, will you see a match on television for United States heavyweight title, and Nikita will defeat you, Magnum TA.
Okay, the Russian team, led by Ivan Koloff, and I tell you what, not only the U.S. champion Magnum TA after them, but two healthy Road Warriors also. We're coming right back. Don't go away. Okay, fans, the Rock and Roll Express going up in this match against Big Ray Traylor and Carl Styles as Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, gets, wait 1 second, the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair, is right at ringside.
We don't gotta wait till Atlanta. Hey, we don't gotta wait till tomorrow night. I want more than that.
He wants, well, wait a minute, he said we don't have to wait, I want more than right now. Flair's going to the ring. Ric Flair, the world champion, says he wants Ricky Morton right now. He's going to the ring. Ray Traylor and Carl Styles have been drop kicked out of here. Oh my! Now Pee Wee Anderson doesn't know what to do here. He is as stunned as I am, as the fans here are, and of all the millions of fans watching the Superstation right now. Here they go. at the champion. It's on right there. Tackle. Take down Morton. Kicks him out of the ring. Morton. Over top. Sunset flip. One. Oh, only got a 1 count. The champion kicks out. Backslide. Morton. Another move, and the champion gets out of it. Oh, Ricky Morton missed the drop kick. And now Ric Flair misses the elbow. Take over to a headlock. Ricky Morton and Ric Flair right here. Incredible. Pee Wee Anderson. Oh, now there's Arn Anderson, the World TV Champion, who has come out. Robert Gibson still at ringside with his partner. There's Robert. As Flair and Morton hook up. Oh, a tackle, and Flair goes down. Trying for a hip toss. Flair, Morton hooks him in the abdominal stretch. A great counter move by Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. The Superstation is on fire. This is incredible. The chant of rock and roll as Ricky Morton has the world champion in trouble. Flair gets out of it. Ric Flair got out of it with a hip toss, but he went down himself. Robert Gibson in the corner, staying out of the match. This is between Ricky Morton and Ric Flair. Flair came right out here. He said, let's do it right now. And they are. Oh, Flair. Always the cagey veteran. Morton. Oh, and now they're exchanging blows right and left. Ricky Morton fighting out of the corner. Tosses him across the ring. Flying head scissors. And a drop kick. Now Ricky Morton. As Flair hooked up. Oh, takes him down. Got a 2 count. Ric Flair is reeling. The world champion has to walk away. Ric Flair down on the floor, being consoled by Arn Anderson. And the chant of rock and roll continues. We are witnessing 2 superstars in the world of wrestling, with obviously what has been a spontaneous verbal agreement by both men to go after it right here on TV. Still a fan with a chant of rock and roll. Ricky Morton, he blocked that right hand and flattened the world champion on 1 blow. Flair has him. Almost got, Pee Wee Anderson, on the advice of Robert Gibson, seeing that Flair had him by the tights. Catch your breath, everybody. Flair came right out of here as the Rocky Roll Express had a tag team match and demanded to get it on with Ricky Morton, and they're doing it right now. We have to take a commercial break. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right back. Back with you on World Championship Wrestling. Fans of the studios, WTBS, still on their feet all around here. And at home, you're watching in on what has become a great match from the word go. Ric Flair issued a challenge to Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. And Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, giving his consent to have this match go on. Morton. The flying body press only got a 2 count. Flair ducked away from that punch, and drives his head to the turnbuckle. Both men during the break exchanging blows toe-to-toe. One getting the advantage, then the other, and Flair. One step ahead that time with a foot. And now Morton. He has Morton up for his gigantic vertical suplex. And hard down. Flair in control right now. Robert Gibson encouraging Ricky Morton on. Arn Anderson predicting the end. He was wrong. Arn Anderson said that's it, but he was wrong. Morton comes right back again. And the chant of rock and roll continues. Here they go again. Two of the greatest athletes in the world right here. Flair hits the turnbuckle. High backdrop. Morton ready again. Ricky Morton now to the top turnbuckle. A drop kick off of the top rope. And Ric Flair is face down. Ricky Morton trying to set Flair up for a neck breaker. And now, holding on to Flair's chin. Ric Flair trying to get out of this. Oh, great move. Flair goes right up. He has Morton, or he's had Morton again trying to get that suplex. Now Ricky Morton turning around as Flair. Ricky Morton as the world champion down. Can he get up to maybe try for a pin? Look at Flair. Both men are dazed. Both are winded. Here's the cover. Oh, he got a 2 count. And now on their knees. Neither man able to get up. Finally, Flair rises first. And now both men standing. He missed. Flair missed. Morton takes Flair right down. 1, 2. Only got a 2 count again. The mark of a great champion, and Flair is a fine champion. Not only to issue out punishment, but to deny your opponent a pin continually. And Flair has done that as well as Morton here in this event. What has gone down so far, certainly a match that we'll always remember here on the Superstation, continues. Flair tries hip toss Morton. Morton tries to get him in a backslide. Can he pull him over? No, Flair pulled him over the other way. Morton, right to the head. Flair got him in the midsection. Real quick right hand to the midsection. And now Morton over the top again. Pee Wee Anderson was hit that time. Pee Wee Anderson was down. Flair is down. Look at Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, inadvertently run into. As Ric Flair now throws Ricky Morton over the top rope. Ricky Morton over the top rope, which would be, as you know, a disqualification if the referee would have been able to view it. And now, Ricky Morton turns the tables on Flair, and Flair hits the post very hard. Ric Flair is in big trouble right now. Ricky Morton and Flair both in the ring, and Pee Wee Anderson is really hurt down on the floor right in front of the ring. The battle continues in the ring. Robert Gibson leading the contingent. Morton has him wrapped up. 1, 2, 3. Flair took a tumble over the top turnbuckle. The splash onto Morton. Morton turns him over. Robert Gibson gets on Anderson. 1, 2, 3. Robert Gibson counted it. Drop kick Arn Anderson away. And Robert Gibson counted what you saw was a pin right here on the Superstation. Right here on the Superstation, we'll take a look once again and watch this Instant replay. Flair with a gigantic splash. Flipped right over.
Brother, you can. Diving right in. 1, 2, 3. Ric Flair, you're a big man.
Robert Gibson said it. There's the pin. Dusty Rhodes has joined us. Dusty Rhodes and Baby Doll here with a Rock and Roll Express.
I told the people I could do it, and I did it just for you, baby. Let me tell you something. You know, Ric Flair comes out here week in and week out, shooting his mouth off, talking about what he's going to do, jumping in everybody's face. This right here is an example, Ric Flair, of what goes down. Every time you challenge Dusty Rhodes, Ronnie Garvin, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Magnum J, every time you wind up in the middle of the ring, flat on your... That's where you wind up. That's where you wind up. It does my heart good. Ric Flair, you won't make it to New Orleans. Robert, this is my main man, but let me tell you something. Get him ready, because it's going to be me and him in New Orleans for that world title.
Right.
You sure got that right, Tony. I told you Ric Flair I could beat you. And I'm going to do it again, baby. The new world's champion.
And you saw it right here on the Superstation. You better not go away.
It's me, Jim Cornette. I'm telling you, hey, I'm incognito today. See my driver's license?
Yeah, I guess it is.
I'm incognito today because everybody's after me. Ever since the Midnight Express became the World Tag Team Champions, ever since the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup came up, the Midnight Express have been the #1 celebrities in the sports world. All the reporters want us for interviews, all the TV news cameras. All of our opponents are calling saying, take it easy on us because we want a chance at $1 million too. And you know who else is after me? Precious Paul Ellering. Precious Paul's trying to find me all over the place saying, please, Jim Cornette, ask the Midnight Express to go easy on the Road Warriors. Don't destroy the legend of my men because you know we got matches coming up. But let me tell you something, Precious Paul. The Midnight Express are 12 feet tall and 500 pounds. Not like your Road Warriors, 6.5 feet tall and 300 pounds. Because the Road Warriors are a couple of muscle-bound clowns that have paired up together to be a tag team. The Midnight Express are twin sons of different mothers. One unit, one machine. And they are going to make all your brags about the Road Warriors being unbeatable as phony as a get-well card from an Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Tag Team Champions, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
They are the World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express, up against Big Bob Owens and Paul Gardner. And as Dennis is in the ring and Bobby comes in, we'd like to very briefly wish a happy 56th anniversary to Louis and Bertha Rainwater of Clarksville, Arkansas, celebrating their 56th anniversary here today. We'd love to hear from you on anything at all. Write to us at World Championship Wrestling. There's the address.
I know you didn't realize it was me, Tony, but I'm trying to hide from all these people that are hounding us because they're always after the Midnight Express. Reporters want interviews. Opponents want to give us money to take it easy on them. And let me tell you something else about the Rock and Roll Express, too, while we're talking about opponents. Time's running out. That tournament is 1 week away, and they still haven't got the World Tag Belts. And now Ricky Morton's out here on a wild snipe hunt, trying to take the World Heavyweight belt off of Slick Rick, my good friend Nature Boy Ric Flair. And my answer to that is that has got to be the most ridiculous thought that I've ever heard in my entire life. Ricky Morton being a singles champion, much less the tag champion, he will never be again.
Pretty successful snipe hunt today, I would say. Oh, double move!
Get on it, Bobby. Finish him off.
As Paul Gardner is down, and he's out. The World Tag Team Champions win once again. Right here on World Championship Wrestling, Paul Jones and Shaska, Baron Von Raschke and the Barbarian. What's in the bag here?
I can tell
by the cards and letters they don't hear receive. Shut up! The people are starting to take us serious. Shut up out here. The Army is complete. As you see here, you see 2/3 of the Army. And now, Jimmy Valiant, we have a surprise for you. That's right. That's right. Right in here, Jimmy Valiant. We have a surprise for you. Shut up, hillbillies. Don't you see me out here talking? I'm going to tell you what. I got a surprise for Jimmy Valiant. Let me see if I can find it in here. Move all this stuff out the way. Look what I got. Oh, look what I got. Look what I got. Guess what this is? This is your hair, Jimmy Valiant. This is your horse hair. We gonna cut your hair from now to your bald and skinny head and disgrace in front of all your fat wrestling friends. Ain't that right, boss? And I'm gonna tell you another thing. If you think any of your buddies gonna stick their nose in our business, look at here. I got this one right here to crush your face, and this one right here to crush your brains, beside the superior intelligence of Paul Jones. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. All the rest of y'all out there, go find it out that we are the baddest right out there.
It's those colors.
Sit down over there. You don't know what you're talking about over there. We got them all gonna. What that boy's name?
We'll see you next week right here on World Championship
Shut up out
Wrestling.
there.